Hey folks, this is Matt, aka Slash, and welcome back to CarnisTerra. Hello, Mr. Snowman, in your little cage. I'm sitting here on the snowball farm that I think I had mentioned before. It's the Doc M design. I've done a couple of little things with it. I've mined up some of the snow that's in here. 4 or 8 double chests worth. And I haven't gotten to those yet. I made the mistake once of trying to break all of the chests worth of snowballs and craft them into snow blocks. The frame rate lag that I was getting under those circumstances was ridiculous. Oh look, free cactus. I've got a cactus here so that as I'm collecting them, if they overfill the chests, they just get destroyed rather than create lag by collecting and sitting somewhere. But as a result, occasionally, the there should be glass here, I think. But, anyway, the cactus occasionally grows and drops a piece, so, free cactus. But whenever I'm going to create the snow blocks, I've got a little dispenser here that starts a water stream. So I come in here, I sit in the corner, break chests, all the snowballs collect at my feet, and I just do they collect in here, and I have snow blocks all through here, and I just go 8888 shift click, 8888 shift click, until my inventory is full. And then I always have a hard time getting back out because of the water, but that's what I've crafted so far out of 4 or 8 double chests, rather, of snow blocks. Gonna need a bit more. I think the rest of the blocks that are there might be enough to put the necessary finishing touches on that first cloud, and then maybe we can actually get to building something on it. So hopefully next episode, that is what we will get. Unless we're doing something with somebody else, which is a possibility as well. But, yeah, anyway. Spawn's still doing quite well over here. Let's see. Somebody has apparently broken a piece of glass here and put a slab in there. We'll go ahead and let those guys collect and breed up a new batch. Boop. Boop. I added another button on top of this to do the piston for the babies, because it's a little bit easier than having to get down on the front. I think there are fewer cows in here than there was, because I'm not getting as many cows fed through there. But that's cool. So, let's see. Oh, right. The other thing that I wanted to talk about this episode was I don't think that I had the frame on the sugarcane farm from last time. I think we stopped. I had put 2 layers in. I built a 3rd layer. And I've also put a frame around it to match the style of Justin's tower farm there, which I think that turned out quite nicely. And then my design here for the front is it's supposed to evoke the look of the sugarcane with these little thingies sticking out of the side and all in greens and stuff. So I tried to capture that same look here and try and make it look like sugarcane. I think it kind of blends in a little bit, especially because the dark green panes are lighter than the dark green blocks, so they don't give me enough contrast, I think, there. I might try swapping them out for a different color to be able to see this a little bit more, but maybe not. I don't know. The auto harvest at night is working quite well. Manual harvest works also. And right now we're looking at going to be about 5 stacks in there. And then the decoration here in the front, I've got water underneath these slabs. And I've planted sugarcane. I put a string here and on top of each of these guys as well, so that they won't grow any taller than that. We get a nice little sort of asymmetric, look to it, so that it doesn't look like those aren't always 3 blocks tall and whatever. So I'm quite pleased with the look of the sugarcane farm. I think it worked out quite nicely. I don't think it's in the spawn chunks, so I don't think it just auto-harvests every night, whether you're on or not. but I'm usually in this area doing something, and I certainly will be in here a lot more when I get moving again on the sheep farm. The wool farm, I should say. So, yeah, that should yield quite a bit of sugarcane over time there. Let's go ahead and head into the nether. I've been working on another thing in the nether. You may note that I have 80 levels. This is not intentional, so to speak. I know that it's not very efficient to let the levels collect up that high. But the reason that I have 80 levels is because I was at the gold farm, and I will maybe show you that here in a little bit, but I was there for the purposes of collecting enough gold blocks to form a beacon base, to be able to get strength and regeneration for a beacon here at the wither farm, which I don't think I have shown, so we're going to come check this out. The nether doesn't have much of like a hub or anything at this point yet, but eventually at some point I think we will be putting something like that in place. But here we are. I've got the strength going now, so these guys should all go down in one hit with this sharpness 5 sword in the strength beacon. But I've got strength and regeneration, and I don't have looting on this sword. I am curious, is this pigman gonna die in one hit if I take him on? Take those guys out first. Oh, I got a sword out of it. So let's find out. Let's be here where we can go into safety, and okay, he does. All right, and I got an ingot. So if I can get looting on this sword, I might end up using this sword more around here rather than my anti-withering sword, my unwither sword, which is this one here. It's got smite, knockback, unbreaking, and looting 3, and this is what I've been using to collect wither skulls. I've got 9 right now. I had 12. 3 of them went into that beacon over there. I'm thinking I might want to put a second beacon over there for speed to get around this area a little bit easier, which hopefully you can see okay. I know it's the nether and it's YouTube, so it might not be the brightest, unfortunately. And then here, this is a little AFK track. Somebody had made mention of it. They had this sign up that says, take the rail to despawn unwanted mobs, but then they never built a rail. So I put a rail in. It doesn't go quite as far as I'd like it to, and it doesn't have the stone blocks on the side yet. But it will be great! But it works well enough for its purposes right now. The idea is that you'd go all the way to the end on this, you'd bounce off the wall with the powered rails. This guy came wandering in from the side, apparently. Yay. Here, why don't you go for a ride? Bink. No, go that way. Yeah, there you go. When this is all enclosed, I'm pretty sure that the mobs won't spawn there. But the idea is that you ride it all the way to the end, and then you're far enough away from the mobs in this chunk that they actually despawn, and then you get a new roll, so to speak. So let me just get past him long enough to get the strength, and you can say goodbye. So that's working out quite well. Also for the server, if you're a member of the server and you haven't come here to check this out, I recommend it. It's quite nice. Doff was going through Dragon of Fate, and he widened the spawning areas, which greatly improved the rates. And I've thrown some half slabs around in the area a little bit to try and limit the spawns to just this area. There's quite a bit more optimizing that could be done with the mob farm here, but it's very much grunt work, so I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on that. Boink! Let's see, what else is there to show around here? Because I don't think I've been to the nether on camera before, so let's check this out a little bit. Oh, we got somebody incoming. Soranani! Hello! This ladder goes up to the pigman farm. We'll check that out here in a moment. What else was I gonna show? Okay, over here up in here, and you can't really do anything with it from down here. I think it's intended that this is going to be the entrance, but there is the first slime block elevator that I have seen work in SMP. Well, I just said it worked, but then it didn't. Let's try that again. So then that throws me up, and then... it was working! I was using this and it was working just fine. Let me try it from the other side. Maybe it was this side that was working better. There we go. That's going. Nope, that didn't do it. Anyway, I take it back. It's not working. It was working the last time that I was on here. And I think the intent is that it eventually goes all the way up to the top, and then there'll be another hub up near the ceiling or even on the ceiling. I don't know the details. I don't even know who's building that, but I thought it was pretty cool. A very cool design. Off in this direction is a path that goes to Doff's Ice Spikes biome that became available when the world border came down, so he was quite happy about that. We've got somebody's been through here and dressed this up with the lanterns, and this looks very nice. We have a Guardian farm. Let's check that one out next, because that's sort of on the way to the Pigman farm. But after the world border went down, there was a big push to get the Guardians from the Ocean Temple that was outside the world border. That was quickly swarmed and taken down, and a Guardian farm started, and it came together very, very quickly, the Guardian farm. They're off in this direction. We don't have a proper rail line or tunnel or anything to it, just this quick path here. Guardians this way. Tex apparently has a plot out there somewhere. Zip. But here we are at the Guardian farm. Vol just went away. But yeah, it's it's quite nice. It's got a big spawning area there and a little sort of derp tower to AFK at to spawn them. We'll climb up here and get a good look at the view. But there was a temple here, and the area was cleared out and maximized for Guardians spawning. I don't think you can actually see them spawn from up here. Let's head down. We see them come in at all? The light is glitching a little bit. No, I didn't see any spawn. This looks like a safe drop. And then here is a room collecting all of the Guardian drops, which is ridiculous. There's quite a bit of storage here for AFKing. You can AFK here for quite some time. Woo! Okay, there came one. But you can AFK here for quite some time and get quite a lot of drops. I don't know if these have anything in them. Nah, it's just storage. Oh, some random building materials. Excuse me, had to sneeze just then. I hope I remembered to edit that out. If not, I apologize. So, let's head up. And we'll go check out the zombie pigman farm next. I think it was the Squid that made the zombie pigman farm, and it is quite clever. I don't think it's his design, but he clearly put a lot of effort into it, and it is the best XP farm on the server, by far. It works, I'd say it doesn't work quite as fast as maybe an Enderman farm would, in the end, but I would say that it's actually an improvement on an Enderman farm. Especially with the new 1.8 enchanting, where you don't have to gain 30 levels for every enchant. You just sort of have to gain 30 levels to get up to the initial enchanting level, and then you can just do 3 levels at a time after that. And that goes pretty quickly. But this is fully passive. You do exactly one active action. And this, Omok put this line in, this rail line. It's over at, I think, negative 300, positive 300, or maybe it's positive 300, negative 300, something like that in the nether. So he set up this zigzaggy rail line to take you there, with half slabs to prevent pigmen from spawning. But yes, what you do with the pigmen, and I think I saw Hermitcraft has one of these mob systems in place as well for the zombie pigmen. But there's one pigman trapped at the AFK platform, and he's been named with a name tag, so he never despawns. And you take a snowball, and you pelt him with it, so that he is attacked but doesn't actually take damage. And so that aggroes him and all of the other pigmen that spawn up there, which should be essentially all the pigmen the nether can spawn. And then they come after you, but where you are standing, the only way that they can try to get to you is off a platform where they fall to their death. And because apparently, and this is news to me, apparently, when an aggroed zombie pigman dies, the game assumes that the player should receive experience for it. Because I guess the pigman wouldn't get aggroed if not for the player doing it. So you don't have to actually kill these guys yourself. They automatically drop the XP from the fall damage. And because we are far above the nether, and this sort of donut shape that's hopefully coming into view for you now is the only place the pigmen can spawn, as they spawn, they continue to become aggroed, and they will just keep coming after you over and over and over again. Now, occasionally, I've had where they will get out. So I'm just checking things out briefly here. So that was the item storage area. Here we've got some guys that are trapped. It appears that these are regular zombies with gold swords that have been dropped by pigmen. And the little babies occasionally freak out as well and get stuck in there. But, and there's a baby stuck in the wall? Somehow? That's new. Never seen one do that before. But anyway, you come all the way up here to this top platform. You flip the lever up if you're AFKing here. Here's the guy, throw a snowball at me. Such a catchy name that he has. We do that, and then we stand here. And all the pigmen from all of these spawn platforms try and get to me, but they end up falling off of this platform here. That even when they stop, the guys behind them push them off in an effort to get to me. And then the XP, this is very clever. The XP collects down there, and there's a system of 2 sticky pistons. One down there goes shooting up, and then another one comes out underneath it and shoots up to knock the experience points the rest of the way up the column. And you just sit here and the experience gathers. And you literally, once you've thrown that snowball, you could just AFK here for, half an hour or so, say, and gain quite a bit of experience. And the big thing, the real reason that I've been coming here is the gold. Hey! Soranani's here. I'm just gonna show off real quick. The gold comes into there. Then there's gold bars end up filtering into here, and then this is a whole bunch of rotten flesh, which I'm actually going to take along with me. And that's it. That's all there is to it. It all filters itself into the various chests, and you can craft the nuggets together into ingots, and the ingots together into blocks, and you are all set to go. Soranani apparently is repairing some stuff, but needs to replace the anvil. So, that is the zombie pigman farm, and that's where I got all the gold. That beacon pyramid is solid gold. It's a little over 2.5 stacks of gold blocks that went into that, plus the 1 gold ingot to actually power it. And so I was quite pleased with the fact that we had this gold farm, because getting enough iron for my beacon last map took quite a while. A lot of caving to get enough iron for that. And you know, then that was iron that I couldn't use. Whereas gold doesn't have as much of a use. You know, the practical uses for it, kind of like powered rails, and that's about it. Maybe, you know, golden carrots if you're doing a lot of horse breeding. You might go through gold pretty quickly for that, but that farm churns out gold like crazy, so don't have to worry about that. And here's the top of the drop shaft in the nether. I don't know who built this, but they spent a lot of time with dark oak trees to be able to carve out, what is this, an 8x8 hole, it looks like? I mean, that's dedication right there, because I spent a lot of time trying to get a hole for the beacon over that-a-way for the wither farm, and I was only trying to punch a 1-wide hole for that. And they're just unpredictable. You have to try many times to get the holes that you want. So yeah, I'm impressed by that. Alright, we've got one last stop on the old tour today, which I hadn't really planned on making it a server tour video, but it ended up becoming one anyway, so I hope you've enjoyed it thus far. But I wanted to show you the zombie farm. I think we may have been there previously, briefly, but I don't think that you've seen the track that heads there. So, I think Baker put this in place, PR Baker, and some others I think have contributed to it as well. But there is a little rail station here. Spawn Hub doesn't actually go anywhere. I'm not sure where that's intended to go. Mike Vito and Dom Pick have a house off in that direction somewhere. And then the zombie spawner is off in this direction. So we'll head down the trail here to the zombie spawner, because there are two priest villagers. The one priest villager that was outside the farms last episode, I ended up moving him over to join a priest that was already here at the zombie spawner, because the zombie spawner tends to generate a lot of the zombie flesh as well, just like the pigman spawner does, or the pigman farm rather. So we wanted priest villagers there to be able to trade flesh to in exchange for emeralds, and they've been a very good source of glowstone for me as well. It's a lot more convenient getting the glowstone from them than it is trouncing around the nether. I kind of want to get Vol is trying to build the beef cooker station. I kind of want to get some quartz for building purposes, but I don't like wandering around in the nether mining quartz when I don't have ender pearls to make getting around easier. I mean, I could just use fire potions and stuff like that, and so this trade re-unlocked, and I don't know why that happens, but I'm happy it does. I could use fire resist potions to make sure that I can get around the nether safely without burning up in the lava, but the terrain is such a pain in the butt. So I really don't want to have to deal with the nether terrain if I can't be ender pearling all over the place. I wonder if this guy refreshes so easily because he's got another priest here. If there's something going on interaction-wise. I don't know. I don't follow like the villager mechanics at all. People have videos on all of the trading mechanics and how best to, you know, what the best trades are. I know Etho talks about that a lot, but I am not familiar enough with the villagers to say why that guy keeps refreshing as easily as he does. All I know is that it's a great source of emeralds, and that's all I really need to know. Alright, I ended up with 30 emeralds on that trading session with the villagers, and I ended up buying 3 emeralds worth of glowstone from the guy whenever he decided he wasn't going to be quite as nice with the unlocking of the zombie flesh trade after all. But that's fine, because I can always use glowstone. It's been a while since I've come out this way, so we're going to check things out, see if anything has changed out here. I know there's a few folks that are living out this way. Fallen Angel, I think, is over in that direction. I don't know if Fall was doing something there or not. Or if I am mistaken there. Let's see. I think we were over here in a previous video, actually. But I can't remember whose place this is. Do you guys remember? No, it's Fallen's Tent Builder House. Okay, so this is all Fallen Angel. I think he was planning on doing something fairly epic with Spiral Tree over there. With this biome here, but I don't know what his plans are, and I haven't seen him on recently, so I don't know what's going on as far as that goes. I think Snowshoe's off in that direction somewhere. But I haven't been seeing a whole lot of people on. Vol and Soranani, for sure. By the way, the colors, I was talking to Vol about this earlier. The colors, the admins / council folks, Volrotho, Olmok, and Caleb West, their names are in green. They're on the red, or their names are in red, rather. They're on, like, the red admin team, and then everybody else is on that sort of cyan color. It was blue, but I complained it was harder to read. So Soranani ended up suggesting this color, and it works out quite nicely. Indeed. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, I see Vol and Soranani on sometimes. Occasionally I see Olmok on. I haven't seen him on much since the path to the Pigman farm was completed. But I have seen him on here before. And who else do I see on? Occasionally I'll see Nihan or Munchmo, and I know that they are recording and whatnot on here. So I think those guys are ready for cooking. I'm trying to think who else I see on here, but it seems like, Justin Tex of the Big Tower Farm fame, I see him on. I've seen Doff once or twice, so it's still relatively active, but I don't see as many names on here as I thought I would see. It seems like, unfortunately, we've talked about this on Dem Guys podcast, but it seems like, unfortunately, interest in Minecraft in general has really gone down recently, which is unfortunate for me because I love this game and I love doing stuff in this game, but it doesn't. It is a bit of there's speaking of the devil. Hey Tex, if not as many people are playing and people aren't really doing much near spawn, it does take away from the multiplayer experience a little bit, you know, and I really enjoy playing this game with other people, so I'm hoping that it's just a temporary slump and that some people that aren't playing right now will get back into it. We'll see. We'll see. But anyway, that's going to do it for this episode of CarnisTerra, everybody. Sorry, I kind of ended on a little bit of a bummer there. I wasn't trying to. But it's all going to turn out well, for sure. But I'm going to thank you for watching right now is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do that now. Thank you for watching. Did you like the little anticipation I built up for that? And hope you guys have a good one. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye!